Huffington Post named Dr. Moore a new global leader. Currently, she's active internationally as a consultant and a motivational speaker, and on the faculty at the Steinbeis University in Berlin and at the German Speaker Association University in Munich. I should probably not venture further into Dr. Moore's story because she is the expert and far more eloquent. Let me conclude this introduction by reiterating how proud we are to have this Schreiner graduate here today from Deidesheim, Germany, to speak to our assembled 2015 Schreiner graduates and all assembled guests. Dr. Moore.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hopefully the microphone is on. Can everyone hear me? Microphone is not on. Testing? Now the microphone is on. Can you hear me in the back? Great. Okay. I am so excited to be here with you today. And just as you heard, I am from the graduating class of 1991. So I want to congratulate everyone that's here today, all of you graduates. I want to congratulate you on a job well done. Let's give you a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Fantastic. Fantastic. So what I'm going to be talking to you about today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, but just a little bit. And then I'm going to share with you the top 3 strategies that helped me to be the success that I am today. And there's strategies that you can take right out of this room today and put into your life to be a lot more successful. So what I'm talking about today, and what a lot of us are talking about today, is success. Success, but I want to go one step further, and I want to say that I'm talking also about your satisfaction in life. Because not everybody that is successful is also satisfied. And I want that you are able to walk out and create a life that's not only successful to you, but is also satisfactory to you. And if I were to ask 10 people in front of me what their definition of success is, I would get 10 different answers. Do you know why that is? Success is an extremely individual concept. What's successful for you is different for you, and it's different for you. To some people, success means having a big house, a lot of money. To some people, it means having a big family. The reason success is so individual is because we were all born on this planet, you. We were all born on this planet with a special purpose in our life. We each have a unique purpose, and once we reach that purpose, once we fulfill that part of our life, we will both be successful and satisfied. So today I'm going to give you 3 of my top strategies that I've learned from the time I was in the graduating class here in Schreiner to where I am today. So hopefully the slides will also come up. There we go. Good. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story. Why me? There's a photo up on the screen of me on a donkey, and I hope you can tell which one is me and which one is the donkey. That's a photo that was taken when I was age 3 on my ranch here in Kerrville, Texas, my family ranch. And Ruth, the donkey, was not only my first mode of transportation, she was also my first business deal. I decided that since I love to ride the donkey, that I should own the donkey. So I went to my grandfather and I said, I want to buy the donkey, and he said, fine. So for 25 cents, I bought the donkey. So he still had to feed the donkey, take the donkey to the veterinarian, all of that, but for 25 cents, the donkey was mine, right? I owned the donkey. Fast forward 2 years, and at the ripe old age of 5 years old, the donkey dies. So I went back to my grandfather and I said, look, you sold me a defective donkey. I want my money back. And he must have thought that was cute because he gave me 50 cents back. You do the math. At age 5, I made 100% profit on a dead donkey. And I expected business to be that way ever since, and some of it has, and some of it hasn't. Today I have my 11th successful company called Business Beyond Borders, where I get to inspire entrepreneurs in Europe to create hugely successful companies. But what happened in between? That's the part that I want to inspire you with, and that's the part that I want to tell you my top 3 secrets about how I made it happen. So in between, I came to Schreiner College. At the time, it wasn't Schreiner University. At the time, it was Schreiner College, and I studied biology with Fred Stevens. And I'm sorry that he's not here today because everything I learned about biology, I learned from Fred Stevens. And I worked hard, and I also was the recipient of the Elmore Whitehurst Award for Excellence in Learning, which took me to the University of Texas in San Antonio. And I worked really hard, and I entered into the pharmaceutical development arena, so developing new medicines for cancer, new medicines for vaccines. It was really exciting. And by the age of 30, I was known as the deal closer. I was responsible for closing hundreds of millions of dollars in business deals for the pharmaceutical industry. The competition, when I was winning, that meant that the competition was losing. So the competition said, Renee, we want to hire you, you girl, you American girl living in Austin at the time, and we want to move you to Germany. And I said, wow. And Fred Stevens reminded me of that time that I had said to him that when I was working in the laboratory here in Schreiner University, Schreiner College, that I never wanted to move from Kerrville, Texas. I had planned to use my degree in biology and stay in Kerrville, Texas forever. And he said, well, that might be a little bit of a limiting mindset. It might be a little bit small. You might want to consider other options. So I got an offer to move to Germany, and within a 6-week period of time, I had sold my house, packed my bags, and I was on a plane from Austin, Texas, and I landed in Germany, where I couldn't even speak the language. Shortly thereafter, I set up my first company in Germany, which I grew over a 5-year period of time to 10 multi-million euro companies in 9 different countries. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had been still sitting in Kerrville, Texas. So I want to just show you, and hopefully I can change the slides from here, great. This is a picture of me on the cover of Scene magazine when I was living in Kerrville, Texas. A few years later, here's my team in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Here's my team in Panama. Here's my team in India. And I had offices in Hong Kong, Mexico, Chile, Brazil, all over the world. And what I want to share with you today are the 3 strategies, in addition to your degree, that you can add to your knowledge that you can go out and be unstoppable in your future as well. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the concept of your mindset. How many people know what a mindset is? How many people know? Raise your hand. Let me see. Everybody knows what a mindset is? So your mindset, in addition to your degree, your mindset determines everything. Your mindset determines how successful you will be. It determines how much money you will make in your life. It even determines how much love you let into your life. Your mindset determines everything. And the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to think about the mindset that you have about how big you will go in your life. Remember I said I wanted to stay in Kerrville, Texas, and now I'm living in Germany. I've been all over the world. I want you to think about the mindset that you have and how big you will go in your life, and I want to encourage you to stop playing small. And what do I mean by that? Mindsets come into our mind at a very early age. Remember, I was a neuroscientist. Between the ages of 4 and about the age 12, when we go out in the world and we say, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer, I want to do this, and someone tells us you can't. You can't because you're a girl. You can't because you're poor. You can't because you have 13 toes on your left foot. And some part of us shrinks away and starts to play small. And what we have to do is we have to identify that part of us that is still hurt and playing small. I had a money mindset. I had a mindset that said that we were raised very, very poor, that money in some way was the root of all evil. How many people have heard that? Money is the root of all evil. We've all heard something like that. I grew up with a money mindset. And this became a problem when I owned a business, because my purpose was to go out and change the world just like yours is, but the purpose of my business was to make money. And I uncovered that I had a money mindset that was holding me back from being successful, and I overcame it. And it was only after I overcame that, I'll tell you how I did it. I just returned from my office in India, and I had a 100 Indian rupee note in my pocket, and I was losing all the big projects. I was only winning the small projects. And I took the 100 Indian rupee note out, and I wrote some zeros on it, and I wrote 1 million euros. And I put it in my pocket, and every day for the next 30 days, I felt what it felt to have 1 million euros in my business. And within a 30-day period of time, I signed my first 1 million euro project. What I want to tell you is that you owe it to yourself to think about any mindsets that might be having you playing small. I want to congratulate you here because you're finishing with your degree, but I want to encourage you to think bigger than you can possibly imagine today. The world and the outcome is bigger than your Bachelor of Arts degree. This is just the first step. The outcome is bigger than you can possibly imagine. When I was sitting there today, in 1991, with my Bachelor of Arts in Biology degree, I knew I wanted to be in the lab. I couldn't even dream where my life would be taking me today. And the first step to getting to where I am today is I had to uncover my limiting mindset and stop playing small. Hopefully the slide will change. There we go. That's a picture of my first 10 million euros. I signed many multi-million euro contracts after that. I'm sorry, the slides aren't changing so well. I might have to get somebody to change the slides. What I want to say to you is that you, yes you, can go from the small fish bowl to the big fish bowl if you just examine what your mindset is. So I want to ask you guys, I want to give you some homework right now. I want you to think for just a minute about what it is that might have you playing a little bit small in your life. I want you to think about it. Is it a money story? Is it a success story? What is it that could be holding you back? And I want you to take that and I want you to let that go, because step one is to give yourself permission to stop playing small. If I get the slides to go, good. The second strategy that got me to where I am today, in addition to stop playing small, was to be the expert. And we heard this morning in the baccalaureate degree, we were talking about our strengths and our stories. And I want to tell you that every single person in this audience, everyone, all of you graduates, are the expert at something. And it may not be what you're going to be getting your degree in. Your degree may be in addition to what you are actually the expert at. And what you have to do is identify what is that one thing that when I do it, time stands still. What is it that when you do it, time stands still? What is it that you do that people come and ask you advice for all the time? We all have it. We all have that one thing in us that people come and ask advice from us. Can you all think of what it is? Can everyone in the graduating class think of what they are the expert at? I'm going to give you another little exercise. What I want you to do is turn to the person on your right and say, I am the expert at. I am the expert at. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Great. Here's what happens. Here's what happens sometimes is that our lack of we have a lack of self-confidence that prohibits us from actually owning our expertise. But what I want you to take out of the door today is knowing that you are the expert at something. And it's that expertise that is the basis for your biggest future. I am the expert at. The third point I want to tell you, and this is probably the most important point, when you go out in the world today with your degree, whether or not you're going to go on to graduate school, whether or not you're going to start a job or start your own business, the way to be the most successful is to find what's wrong and make it right. You notice how all of those fish were swimming in the same direction? It's the one fish that dares to be like the red fish, that dares to be different. It's the one fish that swims in the opposite direction that is the most successful, that makes the biggest difference in this world. Being like everybody else doesn't get you very far. It's finding your expertise and being the one who's different that will get you the furthest in life. And I want to encourage you to find that expertise and to be that one. I want to do a little exercise with you, and we can do this with the entire audience, actually. I want everybody to sit up straight, put both feet on the ground, and I want you to put both hands on your lap, and I want you to sit up really straight. And I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to honor everybody in this room. Close your eyes for just a moment. I want you to feel your feet connected to the ground. I want you to feel the power of your connection to the earth, the structure of the earth beneath your feet. And I want you to sit up straight, and I want you to feel like a wire going up to the heaven that's connecting you to the heavens, that all-knowing part of the universe where God is, where God can see your future. And then I want you to feel your body in between. Your body in this space, in this university graduation exercise. I want you to feel your space in between in your body here now, and I want you to feel your connection to the heaven and the earth. And then I want you to do a little journey with me. I want you to look into the future 5 years from now. I want you to look into your future 5 years from now. I want you to see yourself 5 years from now. I want you to look into your eyes. I want you to see your smile. I want you to see the look on your face and how successful you have become in this life. I want you to see the smile on your face. I want to see who's surrounding you. Your family that's around you, your friends that are around you. I want you to see that successful you and what you have become by being the one in your life. Feel it, see it. That's you, that smile on your face, that successful you is you. Then what I want you to do when you're ready is I want you to realize that that person 5 years in the future that knows everything that you will become is the same person sitting in this room. I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to know that everything that you need to become that person in the future is sitting here today. Everything that you need to be that successful, thriving person is sitting in this room today. I want to encourage you to take this out the door with you today, this feeling, this vision of you, and I want you to go out, and I want you to be the one. Thank you.